When it comes to listing your home, you have to trust the absolute best in the biz. This was a no-brainer, absolutely easy choice. Michaela's choice for best real estate business is my friend Julie Harder. She started the Harder team over at Coldwell Banker. So happy to have you here.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
So you have the most beautiful accent. Tell me a little bit about yourself and where you're from.
Clearly not a Florida native. Originally, I'm from England. I grew up actually in London, but was born in the north of England. And then back in 2004, we moved over here. So we actually moved down south because of my father's job at the time. But now we're here in Orlando, and now this is where I call home.
So what made you start, this real estate business?
Well, I initially got into real estate because I think I've always loved architecture. I mean, coming from Europe, there's so much history, like the buildings
so many pretty buildings
in history, yes. And I always was intrigued about the people that lived in the homes and, what happened in those homes and just the history going way back. And then back in 2018, my circumstances changed, life circumstances changed. I was a stay-at-home mum for 15 years, and then all of a sudden I became single mom, 3 kids, a dog, and not knowing what on earth to do. So, I looked at my kids and I thought, you know what, you've got to teach them a lesson too when times are tough. And I thought, you can't sit and cry over spilled milk. You've got to get up, get out in the world, and show them that, you still have to give your best every day no matter what. So they became my why, and that's how real estate was born for me, I think.
I love it. And you run a real estate team. So not only are you an awesome mom, but you run a whole team of people. How's that?
Well, that's actually a new thing. So I was actually a single agent up until, just very recently. I actually got married last year. There's a whole little bit
congrats.
there too. So my husband, Charles, and we actually started the team together. He has been in sales for 20 plus years, and he's an amazing man. He's brilliant at his job and fantastic with the operations of everything. So we decided, let's get together, let's form a team and go out and, kill it.
Take on the world.
Yes.
Yeah, talking about, taking on the world, what part of Central Florida do you cover?
Well, our office is actually in Dr. Phillips, which is Southwest Orlando. However, there's definitely a misconception behind, hiring realtors because people think, they have to be hyper local to that area to be able to hire that realtor, but not necessarily. It's important to have a hyper local agent if you are buying a home, for sure. But when it comes to listing a home, you want something a little bit more than that because you want someone that's going to, optimize the property value and everything. And I think it's important to have somebody who is going to present your house beautifully and market it brilliantly. And that's
where you come in.
Yeah.
Yes.
And how do you do that?
So there's lots of ways we do that. There's simple ways. There's sometimes I go into a home and it's just simple things like, clearing off the countertop and decluttering and depersonalizing. When buyers come in a house, they want to see a home that's, they can envision themselves in. And if they go in a house and there's pictures of your whole family, whilst that's sentimental to you, it's kind of, it's like, let's take them down and let them have a blank canvas. So something simple like that we can do. And then sometimes we go, a step further. We repaint, or in some homes they need new flooring, or sometimes that popcorn ceiling just has to go. So there's lots of things which we do to make the home better, show ready, and in itself brings in more buyers and therefore more money.
Well, I know if I ever list my home, I know exactly who I'm going to do it with.
Well, and I would love to help you for sure. Absolutely.
Well, keep up the great work. Julie
Thank you
Harder,
so much.
founder of the Harder team. I will be right back with People's Choice after this short break.